All right, guys, what is going on? I just walked in and I actually glanced at my phone and I saw that the Carolina Panthers are actually going to be releasing quarterback Cam Newton. Okay. Pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Now, I don't know when it's going to be. It could be in 5 minutes, it could be in an hour, 5 hours, what have you. All I know is Cam Newton at some point today will become an unrestricted free agent, free to sign with any other team. Okay. And I don't think this is a stretch to say. I know some people might scoff at it, whatever, but you can make the argument that Cam Newton is the greatest player to ever put on a Panther uniform, right? He is the best player in Panthers history. And I know, you can say, oh, well, what about Steve Smith and some of these other guys? But when you look at the numbers, when you look at his position, when you look at what he's done for that team, getting them to a Super Bowl, winning an MVP, number one overall pick, rookie of the year, this is a dude who's highly, highly, highly decorated. Okay, been a face of the league forever. He's been the face of the Panthers since he was drafted back in 2011. Was it 2011 or 2010? I think it was 2011 because Sam Brad. It was Stafford Sanchez 09, Sam Bradford 2010, and then Cam Newton 2011. That was the year with like Andy Dalton, Tyrod Taylor, and all those guys. But in any case, Cam Newton has been the face of the Panthers for years now. Okay. And it's crazy because he's going to be wearing he's going to be a new team. He's going to be on a new team, and that's really weird to think about. Really, really weird. So I'm thinking about it. What are some teams that could be of good fits for Cam? And the three teams immediately that come to mind. First and foremost, the one that everybody's talking about, the Washington Redskins. Why? Because they have an opening at quarterback. Dwayne Haskins, I would love him. He has all the physical tools to be a successful quarterback. I just don't think he's ready to play as of right now. Ron Rivera's that head coach. Rivera and Cam Newton love each other. They have a great relationship. So Cam could go to Washington, sell tickets immediately, upgrade at the quarterback position, and really bring a lot of leadership to a franchise that hasn't really had a lot of leadership in the past couple seasons, right? I love the acquisition of Alex Smith when they traded for him. I think it was 2 years ago. But since then, since he got hurt, they've kind of been lost, right? Lost as a franchise. I think Cam Newton could probably reel the Redskins back in and instantly make him a competitor. A cool place to kind of revitalize his career. Place number two, the New England Patriots. I'm a Jet fan here, as much as I hate to say it. When the Panthers have played the Patriots, Cam Newton has given Bill Belichick a very, very tough time. He's done well against the Belichick defenses, in the past. The Panthers have done well against the Patriots in the past. Everybody knows, Brady leaving to Tampa, Jarrett Stidham on the roster, who else? Brian Hoyer, Cody Kessler. The Patriots do not have an answer on their roster for this season at the quarterback position. Of course, we still have the draft. And of course, we still have other guys like Jameis Winston available, and Joe Flacco available, and Andy Dalton could be, up for trade. We'll see what happens with New England. But all I know is Bill Belichick has had a very, very, very difficult time guarding or defending Cam Newton in the past. He likes his size, he likes his mobility, he likes his athleticism, he likes his arm strength. Cam Newton is a physical quarterback, probably one of the most physical quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's a tough guy to bring down, okay? Now, you can kind of say, how much of a system fit is Cam Newton, right? Under center, 3-step drops. But it's not against, Bill Belichick can call other plays. You know what I mean? He's not, bind to one system and is only saying, this is what I'm going to be doing. I can only call these plays, and I can't expand my playbook at all. That's not against the rules. He can go out and do that. And I think being one of, if not the smartest football coach ever, if he signs a guy like Cam Newton, he's going to bring him in and build the system around Cam. This is a dude who knows how to evaluate talent. He obviously knows how to get production out of wide receivers and running backs and offensive linemen. That's kind of been Carolina's issue in the past. They can't really get protection. They can't really get weapons for Cam, and they've had a solid run game, but as far as the passing game goes, and I'm of course excluding Greg Olsen, of course, but I look at New England, and I honestly see see a potential fit there. And I know people are going to push back and say, there's no way he could play in the system. I'm just saying, well, does it have to be that system, or can it be a variation of that system, or an extended kind of branched off version of Belichick's kind of, infamous system? And then the third team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I look at Pittsburgh, or I look at Mike Tomlin rather, as a guy who can win games with mediocrity at quarterback. I mean, they were a competitive team last season with guys like Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges, right? Those guys are, Cam Newton is miles away from both of those guys, miles better than both of those guys. And, you're looking at Ben Roethlisberger. He is a bigger quarterback. He is kind of known for being more like a heftier guy that can't really move around that much. He had that pretty big injury last season. We don't really know what we're going to be getting from Big Ben as of right now. So only time will tell. But look, if the Steelers go out there and Roethlisberger is not the same guy, he can't move around, he can't get the football out. Having a guy like Cam Newton on the roster who is, pretty much just a younger Big Ben at this point with, lesser of a deep ball accuracy. I think if you're Mike Tomlin, you're sitting there looking around the quarterback room like, we have a former MVP, Cam Newton, who's still, in his prime, right? This guy can still play at a high level. So I look at the Steelers, I look at the Redskins, and I look at the Patriots as all possible fits. If I had to say, if I had to think, or give a prediction on where he's going to wind up, I think the Steelers would probably be last in that list. I'm going to say the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be the place that Cam Newton lands. And if not New England, probably Washington. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.